Beneath the surface, secrets linger, hidden behind closed doors, and untold stories remain veiled. Welcome to Unfaithful, where truth and betrayal collide. I had been employed at the company for 3 years when whispers began circulating about a promotion within my department. The prospect of moving up was exhilarating, particularly since my finances had been strained lately. Opportunities like this were rare, but here it was at last. The position came with a higher salary, added responsibilities, and even the chance to lead a small team. However, there was a catch. I wasn't the only one vying for it. Several colleagues were also in the running, each with impressive qualifications and distinct strengths. Among them was James, who had been with the company even longer than I had, and knew its workings inside and out. Rumor had it he was practically a lock for the position, which made me uneasy. How could I measure up to someone like him? That was when I realized I needed a plan. I started brainstorming ways to stand out and show my boss why I was the best candidate for the role. My boss, Ben, was a sharp, no-nonsense professional in his early 30s. He had climbed the corporate ladder at a rapid pace and was known for his exacting standards and sharp eye for potential. Earning his approval wouldn't be simple. Then, one afternoon as I was gathering my things to leave, an unexpected email from Ben appeared in my inbox. It read, "Can you come by my office tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.? I'd like to discuss the promotion opportunity with you." I could hardly believe it. Was this the break I'd been hoping for? Did Ben see something in me that made him think I was a serious contender? My thoughts raced, and that night I barely slept, wondering what he wanted to talk about. The next morning I arrived at the office early, a mix of excitement and nervous energy. I went over my notes, mentally rehearsing the accomplishments I had achieved over the past year. I hoped they would be enough to prove that I was ready for the role. At exactly 8 a.m., I knocked on his office door. "Come in," he called, his voice calm yet authoritative. Stepping inside, I saw him gesture toward the chair across from his desk. Ben had an uncanny ability to make you feel as though he could see right through you, assessing everything with a single glance. It was slightly unnerving, but I reminded myself of the effort I had put in over the past year. I deserved a fair shot. After a brief silence, he finally spoke. "I've reviewed your performance over the past year and I'm impressed with your dedication and results," he began. "You've consistently shown initiative, and I believe you have potential." A wave of relief washed over me, but he wasn't finished. "However," he continued, leaning back in his chair, "this role demands more than just a strong work ethic. It requires creativity, leadership, and a certain level of loyalty." He paused, studying my expression carefully. "In this business, it's crucial to know who you can rely on, who's willing to go above and beyond." His words left me unsettled, wondering what he meant by loyalty and going the extra mile. His tone carried a weight that suggested this was no ordinary evaluation. Was he hinting at something personal? Testing me, perhaps? Then he leaned forward slightly, breaking the tension. "Let's continue this conversation tomorrow evening, but in a more relaxed setting," he said. "How about 7 p.m. at Indigo Lounge?" Indigo Lounge was a chic bar located a few blocks from the office. His suggestion filled me with a mix of excitement and uncertainty. Was this just a casual meeting, or was there more behind the invitation? Before I could respond, he gave me a faint smile, as if he already knew I would agree. "See you there," he said, ending the conversation. As I left his office, I felt a swirl of emotions. Anticipation, confusion, and an undercurrent of unease. What exactly did he have in mind for this meeting? The following evening, I arrived at Indigo Lounge just before 7 p.m., feeling both anticipation and unease. I kept reminding myself that this was strictly a professional meeting, yet the tension from Ben's invitation lingered in my mind. The bar's dim lighting, accompanied by soft background music, created an ambiance that was both relaxed and intimate. I spotted Ben sitting at a corner table, yet polished. He greeted me with a slight nod and motioned for me to join him. As we exchanged pleasantries, I found myself gradually relaxing. Ben had a natural charisma and an impressive ability to put people at ease. However, the tone shifted as he leaned forward, his expression turning serious. "This promotion isn't just about skills," he began in a low, measured tone. "It's about trust. I need someone I can depend on, someone who's willing to make sacrifices when necessary." I nodded, trying to gauge the deeper meaning behind his words. "I'm fully committed to the company," I said confidently. "I'm ready to do the work." He smiled, but the look in his eyes felt probing, almost challenging. "Good," he said. "That's exactly what I wanted to hear." He paused for a moment, letting the silence linger between us. "Loyalty," he continued, "isn't always about the hours you put in or the results you deliver. Sometimes it's about stepping up in ways that others won't." His words hung in the air, carrying an unspoken weight. My pulse quickened as I tried to interpret his intentions. Was I overthinking, or was he intentionally testing the boundaries of what I was willing to do? As the night progressed, Ben's conversation took a more personal turn. He shared stories about his journey up the corporate ladder, the sacrifices he had made, and the challenges he had faced. "It's not an easy path," he said, locking eyes with me, "but for those who are willing to go the distance, the rewards are significant." I couldn't determine if he was simply offering advice or hinting at something more. Just when I thought the conversation was wrapping up, Ben leaned in again, his gaze steady. "So what do you think?" he asked. "Are you prepared to go beyond the usual to make this happen?" A knot formed in my stomach as I tried to process the full meaning of his words. Was he offering me a straightforward opportunity for the promotion, or was there something more layered behind his question? Taking a deep breath, I chose to keep my response strictly professional. "I'm ready to work hard, take on new challenges, and prove my dedication to the team," I replied carefully, maintaining eye contact. "I appreciate your trust in me, and I'm excited to show you what I can bring to this position." Ben held my gaze for a moment, his expression unreadable, then nodded subtly. "Good," he said slowly, leaning back in his chair. "I wanted to make sure you're serious about this." The conversation then shifted to specifics, details about the promotion, leadership duties, and upcoming projects. Hearing him focus on my qualifications was a relief, and I realized he was genuinely offering me the chance to earn this role. As we wrapped up the discussion, he gave me a thoughtful look. "I think you'll do well," he said. "Show me what you're capable of, and the promotion is yours." With that, he stood, signaling the end of our meeting. I felt an enormous weight lift from my shoulders, grateful for the clarity and the opportunity he had given me. In the following weeks, I threw myself into my work with renewed determination. I put in extra hours, took charge of new initiatives, and made a conscious effort to exceed expectations. True to his word, Ben noticed my efforts, and before long I was officially promoted. The experience taught me that ambition often requires navigating challenging situations. By staying true to my values, I achieved the role I had worked so hard for without compromising my integrity.